Welcome to another episode of Ham Radio on the Go. Join us as we participate in the ARRL January VHF contest, and that's coming up next. Okay, welcome back to the channel, and it's time for the ARRL VHF contest, which is held every third weekend of January. It's the first of three ARRL contests, and therefore 50 megahertz and up, from 6 meters into the microwave band region. So lots of territory to cover. It's a great contest for technician class operators to participate in. And that's why I enjoy this contest, because it's open to all licensed ham operators. Everyone can get in on the fun. If you're a tech, doesn't matter. It's opened many bands, many modes. It's open for SSB, CW, open for digital modes. There's even a category for FM. So even if you have small equipment, small transceivers as small as an HT, take your HT out to a great location, a high vantage point, and you can operate in this contest. So in this video, we're going to do a little propagation report. We're going to do an activity report, and we're going to do some on-air activities as well. So, propagation report. I keep mentioning that the SFI is over 200, but that has no real consequence on VHF. It's different band conditions that enhance the band, like tropospheric ducting and E-layer and that kind of thing. So F-layer really doesn't apply here. So you got to go with what you got. And January is kind of tough. There's not too many openings on 6 meters. Too many E-layer openings. So 6 meters really wasn't in play for me in the Northeast. I heard other guys saying there was a couple of openings down south. I didn't come across any. And the activity report, January is the weakest of the three because of that, for that very reason. So you kind of have to work with the locals. Kind of have to go on FM, on SSB, on CW, on FT8, FT4. And that's kind of what we did. So it's like a smorgasbord of modes. And there's the rules right there. You can freeze it and take a look at it. Pretty simple. You just exchange a grid square. So let's get into the action. And let's get onto some on-air fun. And we're going to start with the 2 meter band. Let's listen in. CQ contest. Kilo Charlie 2, Juliet Romeo, Quebec. Okay, November 2, November Tango. This is Kilo Charlie 2, Juliet Romeo, Quebec. Norway 2, Norway Tango. This is Kilowatt Charlie 2, Juliet Romeo, Quebec.
Yeah, KC2GRQ, Fox November 20, Fox November 20, N20, over.
Okay, Roger, Roger. Great signal on Fur 32 as well, Fox November 30.
Okay, very good. Do you have 222?
I have 222 FM only. I'm on 223.5 FM. Roger, Roger. FM only, FM only.
Okay.
Go back to 2 meters. Go back to 2 meters.
Alright, can you go back to 2 meters?
Roger, Roger, Roger.
Okay.
The power of editing. Band switching. Okay, KC2JRQ returning. I have 222 FM only.
We can try 223.500.
Okay, I'll meet you there. 223.500 FM.
Alright, we'll call you there. Do you have 6 meters?
I have 6 meters, but the antenna is compromised. I don't think would be. I might hear you, but you won't hear me.
Alright, we'll call you from 223.500.
Okay, QSY. Norway 2, Norway Tango. This is KC2JRQ calling. Norway 2, Norway Tango. This is KC2JRQ calling. Did you hear it? Did you hear it right at the end there? N2NT. I could hear him, but he could not hear me. That's because I'm running QRP 10 watts on 222 megahertz, otherwise known as a 1.25 meter band. He runs a good station there in South Jersey, so we couldn't make the contact on 1.25 meters, but we did it on 432 and 2 meters as well. So with that, I'm going to switch gears. We did a little bit of SSB up to this point. I'm going to switch over to the digital modes and see what we can do, because the activity is kind of sparse so far in the contest on the voice modes. So we're going to switch it up. We're going to try a little bit of digital modes. Not my favorite personally, but unfortunately that's where the action is. That's where everybody's parked at, either 2 meters or 6 meters, mainly 2 meters at this point. So let's go over to the 2 meter band and do a little bit of FT8 and see where we go. And like I said, the digital modes are not my favorite. Nothing against them. People love it, and that's what's great about the hobby. There's a lot of different modes and a lot of different bands and lots of different things to experiment with, but digital modes is not particularly my favorite, but I'm not knocking it. But like I said, that's where all the activity is. So one good benefit of the digital modes is I get to jibber jabber, and there's a contact right there. And I'll show you some of the contacts that I made at the end there. I'll post them up, and I'll post the maps of the stations heard. Okay, well, if you can't fight them, you got to join them. That was a contact on FT8, grid FN01, which is right there. Let's get back to the action. Sort of. Let's switch over to 6 meters. See if there's anything cooking on 6 meters. 50.323 megahertz. Ooh, that don't sound good. Nothing going on. Things got quiet. Awfully quick. Let's switch back. Much better. Okay, that was some of the action on FT8. And I'll show you some of the contacts made on FT8, and I'll show you the map of stations that heard me on PSK Reporter. I also made some contacts on FM, but I didn't have the camera there, so basically we had some action on FM, SSB. I had a CW contact, and then I had some FT8. So it was a good diet of different modes. And there's some of the contacts that I made on FT8. It is a great mode. I mean, look at the distance there on 2 meters. But it was a good diet of different modes, a little bit of everything, and that's what you have to do in the January contest, because there's really not big band openings on 6 meters. So it's kind of local, and you kind of have to scrounge around and get what you can get. There's the station heard map. That's all the stations that heard me. Didn't make the contact though, but that's when I was calling CQ. So it's a great way to it's like a beacon. You can see where your signal is going. You can see the band conditions. So for FT8, that's excellent. So there are some you know, I'm not really knocking FT8, but it's not exactly super exciting, but it is a very useful mode for determining where the band conditions are optimal and where your station's being heard and stuff like that. So there are some tangible benefits to FT8. So I may knock it joking around, but it's a great mode to have, especially when band conditions are not good. But I tell you what, all those contacts I made, they were above the noise floor. So you could conceivably just switch over to SSB and make those contacts via voice or definitely CW. So anyway, that's a wrap-up of the January 2023 ARRL VHF contest. We did a little bit of everything, so tell me how the contest went for you. Comment below, And don't forget, check the description for the final word on this year's January VHF contest. And like and subscribe for future videos right here on Ham Radio on the Go. Thanks for watching, everyone. And 7-3. I got the radio fired up in the background. I'm going to try to squeeze a few more contacts in before time runs out on me. Take care, everyone.